My goodness, Angie, I just heard an incredible story. Your husband was quite an impressive businessman, wasn't he? And the company he worked for was one of the biggest in the state. Apparently, he was slated to become an executive someday, maybe even have a seat on the board of directors.
Oh, hello, Melody. Yes, that's right. At the time, he was the head of his department, and the company did have pretty high expectations of him. Did Sawyer tell you about him?
That's right. I was curious about where his father worked, so we talked for a little bit about him. Isn't it a shame, though? How long has it been since he passed away? 15 years?
A bit more than that, but you're in the ballpark.
When I think that the man set to marry my daughter might have been the son of a high-powered executive, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. What a terribly unfortunate twist of fate.
Yes, his father's passing was really difficult for him, and for me as well. But I know that my husband would be incredibly proud of the man that Sawyer has become. He has a great job, and now he's going to get married to a lovely girl. Imagine my shock when I found out that she was the daughter of one of my old classmates.
I just about fell out of my seat when I heard the news. Isn't it ironic, though? Your mother was a single mother, and then what happens to you? Your husband dies on you just like your father did. Oh, you poors just don't have any luck, do you? It must be in your DNA.
What do you want, Melody? Why did you text me? For the record, I'm doing my absolute best not to let our relationship have any impact on my son's relationship with your daughter.
Oh, I agree entirely. And that's why I think the best thing to happen would be for you to remove yourself from the picture.
Excuse me?
Please, Angie, we graduated from high school decades ago. You should be able to read plain English. I don't want a filthy, good-for-nothing single mother like you anywhere near my family. Tell your son goodbye and go live somewhere far, far away from here. And do it before the wedding.
Sorry, Melody, but that is absolutely not happening. I already got my invitation. I don't know who you think you are, but you have no right to make me part ways with my own son.
Well, I see you're just as stubborn and stupid as you were in school. This is your final warning, Angie. Do not come to the wedding. If you do, then so help me God, I will make sure you know your place before the day's end.
I don't really think God's going to help you on this one, Melody. Good evening, Sawyer. I wanted to thank you for sending me my wedding invitation. I just got it in the mail today.
Oh, that's awesome! Thanks for letting me know. I'm sorry I haven't been able to come and see you very much lately, Mom.
It's totally all right, dear. I know you're busy with your work.
Yeah, my work is part of it, but a big part of it is my fiancé's parents. Like, I don't know what their deal is, but they're demanding that I stop coming to see you so much after we get married. My apartment is close to their house, and they're coming over almost every other day lately. They're telling me about all the things I'm gonna have to do for them once I'm married, criticizing how disorganized my room is. It's kind of a lot to deal with. I've been meaning to talk to Julia one of these days about moving somewhere else after we get married.
Goodness gracious, I'm terribly sorry you have to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it's something I just have to deal with. I mean, that's what I get for marrying the daughter of the chairman of the board at my company. So, I'm gonna do the best that I can to be respectful, or else I might just ruin my family life or my professional life. But I don't think I'll be able to put up with it if they really are determined to keep me from seeing you. The entire reason I've worked so hard all my life is because I want to pay you back for everything you've done for me. Does that make me a mama's boy?
Sawyer, you're the best son I could have asked for, but you don't need to be worried about me. You need to do what's best for you and your fiancée. Once she's your wife, she becomes your #1 priority.
Okay, well, I don't want you worrying too much about me either. I know how hard things have been for you ever since Dad died. You were always there for me no matter what, so now it's my turn to be there for you no matter what.
Thank you so much, Sawyer. Your father would be so proud to hear you say that. I'm looking forward to seeing your wedding.
Yeah, me too, Mom. Okay, I gotta go now. I got some work to finish up before I hit the hay tonight. Love you, Mom. Talk to you soon.
I love you too, dear. Good night. Excuse me, Melody, I was wondering if you could clear something up for me. Why do I not have a seat? The venue staff told me that they had been informed that the mother of the groom had a last-minute change of plans and wouldn't be attending today. As such, they had removed my seat and arranged the remainder of the chairs accordingly. This was surprising to me, since I did not have any change of plans. I asked them who it was who told them that I wasn't going to come, and they said it was you. So, anything to say for yourself?
Oh dear, I'm afraid all the working-class food you've been eating all these years has resulted in a malnourished brain. You mean to tell me that you forgot? I told you that I was going to show you your place if you dared to show up today. This wedding is only for family, friends, and valued colleagues, and none of those apply to you. We don't have any room for filthy, impoverished, welfare recipient single mothers in the seating area, so either stand in the back to watch the wedding or leave. And I would greatly appreciate you choosing the latter option. I would rather your ugly face not appear in any of the wedding pictures.
You really haven't changed one bit since high school, Melody. I don't care if you hate me, I am used to it, but I will not allow you to act out your petty little vendetta against me at our children's wedding. I thought you said you wanted to keep them out of it.
Did I say that? Oh, oopsie-doopsie, I must have forgotten. You might be used to it, but I'll never get used to your irksome presence. Sawyer is a bright young man, a hard worker, and my husband tells me he has great promise. But then you had to come along with him and ruin it completely. Have you ever tried to stand in Sawyer's shoes? If you ask me, I bet he wishes that it was you who got sick and died 15 years ago, not his father.
My Sawyer would never think that way about me.
He might not say it, no, but he's definitely thinking it. The only reason he doesn't say it is because he's used to holding back his true feelings about you. He probably spent his childhood in fear that if he ever stood up to you, you'd refuse to feed him properly.
This is unbelievable, Melody, even for you. Fine, that does it. I am leaving, and I am taking my son with me.
What?
Sawyer's standing next to me right now, and he's seen our entire conversation.
Nonsense, you're bluffing, I know it. I saw him walk into his dressing room earlier. He's getting ready for the wedding right now.
Actually, I texted him before I texted you to let him know what was going on. He told me that he would walk to the staff and get them to set out a chair for me, and he's been with me ever since.
You're lying. It's not going to work on me. I'm far too intelligent to believe your low IQ lies.
I'm not lying, and I hope you know how furious Sawyer is at you right now.
Nonsense! Sawyer's 10 times the person you are. He'll take my side for sure.
I could only hope to be half the person my mom is. I can tell you for sure, though, that she's 10,000 times the person you are. I couldn't believe my eyes when I read your texts. Is this how you've always treated my mom?
Oh, no. Oh, Sawyer, is that really you?
I never knew that you and my mom were old classmates until today. I guess you were the class bully, huh? And you picked on my mom because her dad died when she was young?
Oh, look, Sawyer, you don't know anything about my history with your mother. This is just our running gag. We always took shots at each other. I didn't mean any of it. Neither of us did.
Sorry, that low IQ lie isn't gonna work on me. I'm going to tell the guests who have already arrived what the situation is. You can leave whenever you like. This wedding is over.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Sawyer. Today is my daughter's wedding. Most of the company's executives and our clients are in attendance today. This is an important event for us to boost our image.
Our image? Who is the our in there? You mean you and your husbands? Are you saying this wedding was really all for you and not for her?
Oh, that's not true at all.
Sometimes I wonder why Julia hasn't told me very much about her childhood, but I'll bet she was used to holding back her true feelings about you. She probably spent her entire childhood in fear that if she ever stood up to you, you'd refuse to feed her properly.
How dare you? Are you accusing me of abusing my daughter?
I'm only using your own words against you. It hurts to be on the receiving end, doesn't it?
Are you sure you want to take such an impudent attitude with me? My husband is the board chairman at your company. I could get him to fire you anytime I please.
Thanks for saying that by text. Now I'll have all the evidence I need to prove a wrongful termination case.
You can't do that.
I can and I will if you actually were stupid enough to pull a stunt like that. In any case, I'm off to the chapel to tell all the guests that the bride's mother has acted unforgivably rude toward my mother. I'm aware that there may be some people in there who will be upset that they came out all this way just to have the wedding canceled. But I think I have a better chance of finishing the day with my reputation intact than you do.
I don't believe this. You're not actually going to leave, are you? Well, think about your future, Sawyer. Are you really prepared to throw away a secure career over your mother? Sawyer? Sawyer! Well, congratulations, Angie, you left, and guess what? Now both you and your idiot son are finished. All the guests at the wedding seemed like they were shocked when Sawyer told them all those lies about me. But not to worry, I'll soon correct the record. I'll tell them all the truth about you and Sawyer, and then everyone will side with me.
You should have kept your derision focused only on me, Melody. But now that you're threatening Sawyer too, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do something about this.
And what exactly are you going to do, A poor widow and her mama's boy's son don't scare me at all. My husband is an elite businessman in a powerful company. If you so much as look at me the wrong way, I'll have him crush you like the miserable little vermin that you are.
I've noticed something with you, Melody. All you ever talk about is your husband, but what are you exactly? It's almost like you don't even exist except as a handler for your successful husband.
That's exactly what I am. A peasant like you wouldn't understand this, but a woman's true value lies in the man she marries. I married a high-powered businessman, and that's what makes me more of a woman than you. What's the matter, Angie? Are you jealous?
Don't be ridiculous. Who would be jealous of you? It's just like I thought. You have absolutely no achievements of your own.
Oh, yeah? Well, then, let's hear all about your accomplishments, then. Let me guess, you're going to give me some nonsense about working oh so hard to raise Sawyer as a single mother?
Well, there's that too, but I was actually going to talk about my work as a client of your husband's company.
What?
I'm the CFO there, by the way.
Oh, Angie, you should have told me a more believable lie, like being a shift manager at a fast food restaurant.
It's not a lie. I'm working at the company my husband worked at before he died.
Wait, are you serious?
I sure am. I started working there shortly after my husband's funeral. I was working in another company in the same industry at the time, but I was recruited by one of my husband's former colleagues. My salary before that was definitely not going to be enough to support my son and I. And my husband's company had very generous benefits, including childcare.
All right, maybe I could believe that you have some job at that company, but CFO? Oh, not a chance. You're probably just the janitor or something.
The friend of my husband who recruited me is the current CEO, a position he inherited from his father. He's a consummate meritocrat, and he gives no consideration to race, sex, or anything, just results. And so I dedicated the following years to pumping out consistent results, and I was rewarded with advancement. An unfortunate side effect of that is that I didn't get to spend much time with Sawyer during his youth.
But Sawyer told me that you went through some incredibly hard times after your husband died.
He wasn't talking about money. That wasn't an issue. He was likely talking about how busy I was all the time. I rarely had any time to give him the attention he needed because I was always working.
I see.
Okay, so now that we've established that I am the CFO, let's talk business, shall we? Today's chaos may have been a personal, not business matter, but I'm afraid I can't simply let this slide.
I don't understand.
Oh, then I'll use small words so you'll be sure to understand. I am the CFO of a company that does a lot of business with your husband's company. At the wedding today, you were incredibly rude to me, and now there's going to be some serious consequences for that.
Hold on, I had no idea you were a CFO or anything. You can't hold that against me.
You're not going to get away by using ignorance as an excuse here. Your behavior would have been unacceptable no matter what my financial or social position was. Before today, I would have been willing to put up with your abuse if it meant our children would have a happy life together. But now I realize that it was a mistake to put up with you for this long. It's only going to keep getting worse unless I do something.
Something? What do you mean? What are you going to do?
I'm terminating my company's business relationship with your husband's company. We might be a major client for you, but to us, you're nothing more than one of our many suppliers. Honestly, the only reason we've continued to do business with you is because changing suppliers would take a lot of time and effort. But now I think it's time for us to consider other options.
Wait, you can't do that. Oh, this could destroy my husband's reputation in the company. He could lose his position as the board chairman, or worse, he could be demoted back to upper management. I'm the one you're mad at, aren't I? You don't need to take this out on my husband.
He knew the way you were treating me and he didn't stop you. That makes him just as guilty as you are. And by the way, your daughter came to apologize to me a little while ago.
She did?
I feel so bad for her. She's genuinely in love with Sawyer, that much is clear. But you were constantly interfering in their relationship, barking orders like some kind of tyrant. You should have seen the tears flowing out of her eyes while she told me how sorry she was for not standing up to you sooner. How did a monster like you end up producing a girl as decent and kind-hearted as Julia?
What do you want from me? Do you want me to do the same thing as Julia? Get on my knees in front of you and beg for your forgiveness?
No, I don't really need or want an apology from you at this point. It won't undo all the years that you've spent mocking me and my family, and it definitely won't change my mind.
Then what do you want from me? Tell me what I have to do.
I'm afraid you're going to have to think about that by yourself. But if you ask me, I'd say the best thing to happen would be for you to remove yourself from the picture.
Please stop. I can't take it anymore. How much will be enough for you, Angie? When will you have done enough to damage me? I'm sorry for everything. I take back all the nasty things I've said to you. My daughter has disowned us. She said she never wants to speak to either of us ever again. And my husband was removed as board chairman, but that's not all. He was removed from the board of directors entirely and demoted to upper management. It's my worst fears come to life. And now he's being transferred to a branch office in the middle of nowhere. Don't you get what this means? They're trying to force him to resign.
And what do you think is going to change by telling me about all that? I'm not the one who decided your husband's punishment. The other members of the board of directors did.
You took everything from me. Give me back my fabulous lifestyle. My husband is furious at me. He hasn't even spoken to me once since the wedding. At this rate, he's probably going to divorce me before the end of the month. My daughter and your son even resigned from their positions at the company, too.
Yes, that's right. My company offered them positions with better terms, and they happily accepted.
You did?
I told the CEO about what happened at the wedding the other day and also showed him their very impressive resumes. The CEO was thrilled about the opportunity to gain two highly talented employees and immediately offered them positions in corporate headquarters.
Oh, that's not fair. If you're hiring them, you should hire my husband, too.
I should? Why?
Are you joking? My husband has decades of experience in management and served as the chairman of the board of directors for years. Why would you hire those two peons when you could hire someone as elite as him? With a company as big as yours, the pay and benefits would probably be even better than what he was making as board chairman. And if he hears that my connections got him hired, he'll forgive me for sure. Don't you see? This is the only way that I'll be able to save myself. I'm genuinely sorry for everything, Angie, so please, you've got to help me.
You're really sorry for everything you've done to me?
Yes, I'm really very genuinely sorry.
And you'll never do anything like that again?
Not for as long as I live, I swear. Cross my heart and hope to die.
All right. Then will you do one thing for me?
Anything, Angie. You name it, and I'll do it. You have my word.
I want you and your husband to never interfere in any of our lives again.
What do you mean?
I mean me, Sawyer, and your daughter. Never talk to any of us ever again.
If I agree to that, will you hire my husband?
If he works at the same company as Sawyer and Julia, then he'll inevitably interact with them, won't he? So no, that's completely out of the question.
Come on, Angie, that's just ridiculous.
You don't hold any of the cards here, Melody. You're the one coming to me for forgiveness, aren't you? And you really don't seem to understand just how many people you have hurt and how badly you've hurt them. Until you do, you'll never understand just how angry we all are at you.
But Angie, my livelihood is on the line. My livelihood is my entire life. If I lose my husband, I'll have nothing.
Then nothing will change because you already have nothing. All you are is a spoiled and pampered child afraid to leave the secure environment that you never earned. You used your husband's status as an excuse to look down on people you perceived as being beneath you. Just like you used your parents' status as an excuse to look down on me in high school.
But Angie, we used to be good friends, didn't we? Sure, we had sort of a falling out partway through, but don't you remember how it was our freshman year? We always sat together at lunch. We had a lot of fun talking to each other. Don't you remember the good times, Angie?
Oopsie doopsie, I must have forgot. Sorry.
Angie, please.
Goodbye, Melody. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
All right, there it is. The last box of my stuff is packed, and I'm finally ready to move. I can't believe I got all this stuff ready in just a few days.
I'm glad to hear it. Is Julia with you? How's she doing?
She's doing pretty well, considering. I guess this really was a hard decision for her to make. But I guess what happened at the wedding was enough for her to finally make up her mind.
She really is a strong girl. I have no idea how much she's had to put up with over the years. I just went to high school with Melody, but poor Julia had to live with her.
I know. I should tell you, though, Julia seems like she views you as more of a mother figure than her mom. She'd been wanting to come and see you for a while, but work and her mother's iron fist had been keeping her away. The wedding was the first time she had seen you in months, and then, well, all of that stuff happened.
I felt so sorry for her when she came to apologize after the wedding. I mean, a child having to apologize for their parents' behavior? That's just obscene.
But now that that's all over with, we're free to live our lives together however we see fit, so you don't need to worry about us anymore. I really can't thank you enough, Mom. To be honest, I feel kind of guilty about using you as a connection to get hired into your company.
Oh, if you're concerned about that, don't be. The CEO isn't the type of guy who would hire anyone based on connections alone. He didn't even bring up hiring you into the company at all until I showed him your resumes. Once I did that, his face lit up immediately. Then he turned to me and said, "When can they start?" So the job offers he gave you were the product of your own hard work, not anything I said or did.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mom. It's thanks to you that I became the man that I am today, and also that I'll now get to spend my life with the woman that I love, free from outside interference. I was sad after Dad died, but because you were always there for me, I never once felt alone.
What? But, Sawyer, I was always at work. I left you alone with the company's daycare service most days of the week.
I know you were always busy, but even back then I knew that you were doing everything for me. I thought that since you were being strong and working hard, that I had to be strong too. You inspired me to give my all in school, sports, everything. We might not have been physically together, but you were always in my heart, and I was always in yours. That's why I never felt alone.
Oh, Sawyer.
So again, thank you for everything, Mom. The biggest blessing I ever received was being born as your son.
Me too, sweetheart. I am truly a blessed woman to have a son as wonderful as you.
Man, I was really hoping to be able to use that line in my speech at the wedding. I bet there wouldn't have been a dry eye in the entire room.
Well, for what it's worth,
There isn't a dry eye in this room right now either.
later on I heard from Sawyer that Julia was originally raised by her grandparents, not her parents. However, once they got too old to live by themselves, they moved into a nursing home, and Julia's parents moved into her grandparents' house with her. And it was on that day that her peaceful and happy childhood came to an end. Melody's husband had spent decades standing idly by as his wife spiraled further and further out of control, but once the consequences came rolling in, he divorced her instantly. He resigned from his company and took a new job working in a small local business. He also got stuck with paying the cancellation fees for the wedding, but he ended up suing Melody to make her pay for half. So now Melody is living in a small apartment downtown and working multiple part-time jobs in order to pay her bills. Sawyer also said that Melody tried begging her daughter for help, but once Melody's family caught wind of what was going on, they swooped in immediately to put a stop to it. Sawyer and Julia never told her where they moved to, so she'll have a very difficult time finding them. As for myself, with Melody out of the picture, I'm able to spend much more time with Sawyer and Julia than ever before. They're coming by the house in the next week for the first time as husband and wife, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I was so happy to hear Sawyer tell me that he didn't feel alone after my husband died. And working hard to support Sawyer was what gave me the will to go on as well. The best way I can think of to honor my late husband's memory is to continue to do all that I can to support Sawyer, Julia, and their future children.